Yeah, it definitely tends to do that.
Especially with the spawns.
Mm-hmm.
Another one, of course, is Periton Rumble. But we'll get to that later as our next matchup is on Canyon Ambush. Canyon is map with lots of places to ambush on it, of course. Y'all know the drill, contractual obligations, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm. Been there, done that.
Been there, done that. T-shirts might be had later.
Oh, really?
I don't know. No, I probably not.
But what if I make the t-shirts then? Can I have a t-shirt?
Well, I mean, if you make the T-shirts, then you have the T-shirt already.
This is a good point.
Also, get me one. As we go to the ship,
t-shirts.
yes, as we get to the ship callouts, ship number 1 is the Victor Stromstrom. It is piloted by Sunstrom. It is a minnow lumber. Minnow lumber on this map. Interesting. It's a judgment, of course, with a flak, an Artemis, and a flare on the back. We'll get to this ship here again in just a moment, as ship number 2 is the Sundaris, piloted by Faded Silhouette. We have a meta galleon here. Huacha Carol on one side, Lumber, Flak Mark 2 on the long side, with a Hades and a flare on the back. Ship number 3 is the Cretinous Moth, piloted by Mirwin. It's that same double flak judgment in play again. This time with a Merc and a Gatling, with a harpoon on the back. Ship number 4, the GFA Flying Flounder. It is piloted by Captain Scrowbeard. What we have here is a Merc Mobula with double Artemai on the bottom, a Gatling, and a Flak on the wings. Those are your ship callouts, brought to you by absolutely nobody.
Aw, we should get sponsors.
Are you looking for sponsors?
Starving artist, etc., etc. No, but
I
seriously.
have an interesting idea. I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay. Talk to me about it later. Yeah, it's not.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not for stream. If you're going where I think you're going with this, yeah, let's do this on. Let's do that off stream. As Cretinous Moth is backing up right now. Let's actually talk about the Cretinous Moth and Inkjet. Let me get your opinion about this real quick. And Petrie, I'll get your opinion about this too. Let's start with Inkjet on this. Actually, not the Cretinous Moth. The Victor Stromstrom. If you look at this ship, we have a Minnow Lumber Judgment, but the Minotaur is the only gun on that ship that's going to strip hulls. Talk to me a little bit about what this ship is going to do and what Triple L needs to do in order to either disable or kill the Victor Stromstrom, especially with the Meta Galleon in play.
Well, I feel like this judgment is focused on disable rather than getting the armor strips. They're probably going to be looking, I mean, I suppose at the Minotaur and just the Hades from the other ship, Sundaris, to get those armor strips. Although Lumberjack does have reasonably high DPS against armor for a heavy gun. And the combination of that Lumberjack and the Minotaur could do a number on armor, especially on the Mobula.
Yeah, and don't forget they do have that other Lumberjack on the Sundaris as well, so they'll be rocking multiple lumbers into those balloons.
Yeah, I just see this as a fairly heavy disable team. Might be looking to just ground them out. Keep those mercs out of arc, especially because both ships on the blue team have mercs.
So let's talk about the counter on this for Triple L, as this is turning into a bit of a snipe fest right now. What must Triple L do to counter this heavy disable game plan right now by the Victor Stromstrom, which so far they are disabling guns fairly well on the Victor Stromstrom?
That's what I was going to say, is just keep those Lumberjacks down.
So mainly they should be focusing on the Lumberjacks, not so much the Minotaur, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'd be doing, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the Minotaur will be annoying for sure, but, I mean, the horizontal arc is easier to regain than the vertical, especially since you have to rebuild the balloon to regain vertical.
All right, and Petrie, you've actually dealt with the Victor Stromstrom before as well. No. I mean, seriously, you were in it up against it a few SCSs ago. Tell me, when you were crewing on some of the ships for Drunk Driving Simulator, what are some of the things? I'm sorry.
Scary ship.
Yeah, it definitely is a scary ship. Judgment has really come into its own in SCS, and it seems to be a very favored ship right now. What are some of the things that y'all did? Because I've noticed that y'all took a much more aggressive approach to it as opposed to a more passive approach. Like, what were y'all focusing on when they brought in the what was it that you normally brought? It was like Huacha Fish and Pyramidians or something like that?
If we brought a judgment, we did bring a judgment pretty often. We would bring I either had a Huacha, a lumber, or a flak on the top. because I was the top deck gunner / engineer for our judgment. And I remember using that lumber up top, so you get, especially on modulas, it's really easy to get control of the modular lumberjack. If you pop the balloon, they're just gone. They can't. They have to actually work to get back to you. And then you have free reign on whatever other ship is there.
All right, so let's look at this from the Kratos Moth standpoint, as they're rocking, of course, the double flak, and then, of course, the Merc Gatling on there. Let's look at it from their perspective. It looks like Blue is looking to really get the quick kill going here again with this loadout, especially with Mercs on both Blue ships. And, of course, the Gatling for short range, but I don't think that Gatling's really going to come into play, as the Kratos Moth has been double broken.
Yep.
Yeah, the first time they lost their balloon to that lumberjack, they also lost 50% of their armor.
Yeah, and that, of course, it spreads over. It spreads over the excess damage to the armor and then the hull. So if you get that balloon pop at the right time, you can really do some significant damage. As the Sundaris has been hull broken, but nobody's really in position to take advantage of it.
I think Strom is getting double teamed right now.
That they are.
Looks like.
Yeah, they are definitely getting double teamed. If they can get those flaks into
Oh,
play.
they hit the pipe.
Oh, they can't get up. They're stuck.
Oh,
They have to
no.
back up.
Oh, there's a hull break
saw
on the
that
Victor
moment.
Stromstrom.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad for them.
Where the flags come off.
Yeah,
Where the
flak
flags
hit.
come off.
Yeah, a flak hit, I believe.
I think one did.
Yeah. One
Like a full
singular.
hit eater.
But still, I mean, they got something in there. They got they got about 30%, and that's what Blue needs to look for. Once they get that whole ship, they have to capitalize. Those shots have to be landing every time.
Yeah, it's really an all or nothing build.
Yeah, it is.
Gotta land those flaks when their armor's down.
Yeah, but if they land, it's a devastating build. So
Right,
it's high risk,
right.
high reward. Sundaris has decided this is for the birds. They're moving in. Looks like Red is going to get aggressive. Balloon break on the Flying Flounder. That's going to mark them ineffective with those Artemi about to go below gun arcs. Sundaris, however, almost hull broken. Oh, they're going to get the hull break with the flak, and it's going to land in. Those flaks are going to land into the permahull, but I believe they were in arming time, so that's only about 30%
so,
permahull
yeah.
picked up.
That
Right
was
at the
2
edge.
flaks.
Yeah,
That
2
was 2
flaks.
to win it.
Yes. Yeah, 2 flaks in arming time. There's another
Hull
hull break
break
on the
again.
Sundaris. Yeah. This might not
flak.
be wise. This might not be wise for Red. That's going to give Blue a better ability to hull strip. I think Red might have been better off keeping this at range. Meanwhile, the Flying Flounder has been balloon broken. Their armor is in a bit of trouble right now. In fact, both blue ships about to lose armor here.
Yeah, at this point, I'd want to see the Kratos Moth using maybe Incend in that one flak.
There is a hull break on the Kratos Moth from Flames. Oh, somebody missed a...
Sundaris,
yeah, Sundaris is hull broken. Who's going to win the DPS race here? Of course, those flaks are in arming time, but those Artemi definitely can land as well. It looks like Kratos Moth is just focusing on spamming those flaks. They might want to be a little bit more judicious with the flaks at this range, because they should be able to land them with impunity, even if they're in arming time. Meanwhile, the Flying Flounder is getting pushed back a bit. That means Kratos Moth is about to get double teamed. I think this is bad news for the Kratos Moth.
Looks that way.
Yeah, they're balloon
they
broken.
might pick it up here.
Oh, they might. Oh, they might pick it up with the Gatling. Oh, they get
There
it
it
with the Gatling. A clutch Gatling right there. 1-0 in favor of Triple L. I think Red made a critical mistake moving in so close. They should have kept this at range where they would have had an advantage against hard-to-hit Flak Mark 2s.
Now the Victor Stromstrom reigns above both those ships.
Yeah,
The
that's
Lumberjack.
Yeah, that's good for them. They want to be high because then they don't have to deal with the Mercs. Then they don't have to deal with the Arts. Then all they have to deal with really is the Flaks. And Flaks cannot really kill on their own. I mean, they can kill on their own, but that armor's got to be stripped. They're going to have a hard time armor stripping on their own.
So really their job is just to kind of keep both those ships down and wait for their other teammate to come back. But they've got the long trip back to spawn. They're sitting in blue spawn right now.
Yeah, they are in blue spawn right now. Red is making best speed. This is not good for the Victor Stromstrom right now. They're going to back up the truck as they should, and they're looking for cover as they have some big problems coming their way. Flying Flounder is in arc with those Artemi now, too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, blue does have 2 gats between their 2 ships, which should be enough to break those Stromstrom's armor.
Yeah, they really need. Oh, somebody missed. Oh, somebody missed a chem spray on that hole on the Victor Stromstrom. 15 stacks, and that armor is down. And Artemi going into the Victor Stromstrom right there. Will they go down? No, they will not. Not quite yet.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Oh, no, but barely.
I think it's a matter of time.
All right, yeah, it's only a matter of time at this point.
Yeah.
As Triple L looking to do a number here. There's the Gatling right there. That should finish off the Victor Stromstrom. Even a inside arming time flak will do it. That'll do it.
And
That'll do it. 2-0.
Yeah. They knew. Red knew. Sandaris had the ability to come in. They could have come around the corner there, but they chose not to.
Yeah,
They're
they
backing
knew.
up currently for their own spawn.
Yeah, they knew the moment that gat was going out, they were already starting to back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That tells me that those pilots are definitely coordinating right now. They definitely know what's going on. However, the aggressiveness is definitely coming back to haunt them. A little bit too aggressive there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's interesting because I would not have thought of. I mean, the ships can lean toward reactive, but I wouldn't have thought of the build, especially on the Gratin Moth. I would not have thought of that as a reactive sort of build. I think that sort of thing would be better off getting in there and just dumping its DPS when it can. But they played more reactively here, and
Triple L tends to play reactively from
Yeah.
what I've seen, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not really
they
surprising
do.
that they
They
decided
do.
to play reactively.
it's just interesting to me to see that ship, that build,
Mhm.
playing that reactively.
Well, again,
Yeah.
it's more of a it's as Petrie said. It's definitely a reactive team. That's how they
Right.
play. That's how they've always played. So a map like Canyon Ambush, they're not wanting to go in the middle of that map. They
No.
are definitely a team that would be more scared going in the middle as opposed to camping their spawn.
Right, of course. Well, and
Um,
they definitely want the range, and they got the better spawn for that, didn't they?
Blue spawn, yeah, blue spawn is definitely better for that. Yes, definitely. Red is a little more open, but definitely having this spawn will give them some ways to play a little more defensively. They can play a little more control defense. They're playing really more reactive control as opposed to control reactive, from what I can tell. Definitely not aggressive.
No, and that was kind of it was an interesting thing. Inkjet, you were on Drunk Driving Simulator with me, and
I
we
was.
tended to play. We played aggressively, especially toward the end.
Yeah. I don't know. It kind of changed between matches whether we were playing more reactively or more aggressively. I think the
Yeah.
team that did a lot better, and certainly Omelette and Baron seemed to have a lot more fun, win or not, when they played
Yeah.
aggressively.
I know I had more fun when we played aggressively,
Yeah.
but then when we went up against Triple L, they were always really close matches because their reactiveness versus our aggressiveness.
Right.
And
Ooh,
it depended
Sundar's
on
hull broken.
how-
They ate a flak. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
That's all right. It depended on like what ships we were up against and how we decided to play it. Really, whether or not we were going to achieve victory.
Well,
So
in general, reactive play should be aggressive. Generally. Right? I mean, all things equal, which is never the case in this game.
fair.
But
Ooh, Sundar's hull broken
generally,
again.
Generally,
Oh.
reactive ships can bring more DPS to the table than an aggressive ship, but they move more slowly.
Oh, Sundaris eats another flak right there to go
Ooh.
down 3-0. Kratos Moth winning the 1v1 against the Meta Gal.
Yeesh.
Flying Flounder, however, having troubles themselves against the Red Judgment.
Mm-hmm. About to get squished for the trouble, looks like.
No, they might get under it. Oh no, they do get
Nope.
curb stomped midair. They tried to hydro as well, and the Victor Stromstrom denied the hydro.
I'm disappointed. Disappointed that the Stromstrom doesn't have a harpoon there. I was hoping it would come out at the Flounder.
They are hull broken though. Oh!
Just instant.
Hello, good night, have a nice
Wow.
day. 4-0 in favor of
Holy
Triple
crap.
L.
Had they taken any perma
No,
before that?
they had
that was
not.
Just two flags
That
at
was-
the same time.
Yeah.
That was
Just instant.
yes, yes, it was.
Wow. That was beautiful.
That was flax in stereo.
beautiful.
Yes, it was. Look at these flax. These flax are amazing.
That's why I want to see that build run more, because I want to see stuff like that.
Oh,
happen.
well, I think Triple L
I
has
love
found their
that.
new favorite ship. I'm just going to throw that out there.
No.
There's nothing I love
It'd be
more
good in every
than
situation.
there's nothing I love more than essentially single shot kills. Even
Well-
even if you have to have two guns to do it.
Yeah, that was like instant. I'm like watching. I'm trying to see this on replay right now as it's about to be live for our audience to see on stream. That might actually be clipped. I might have to clip
I
that
hope
one.
so.
I'm
Yeah,
also
Amazing.
watching it. Hang on.
I might have to clip.
Yeah,
this.
they have perfect perma.
You wouldn't have seen anything even if you were watching.
I'm watching this on replay
You
right now.
blinked, you missed
Yeah,
the
it was
kill.
literally the whole break happened, and then just like half a second
Oh.
later, melt.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that was amazing.
I know I only saw one flat go in, but there had to be more than that. They definitely they hit
Can
the back
Husker
of it.
ask for a pause, or does it need to be?
He's saying
team
non-
It's
captain?
non-serious.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
Is
wish you wouldn't do that, but
I would
okay.
I would just ask him. Oh, after Matt.
Yes.
I just saw the word pause and serious mode kicked in.
Yeah, I hear you. I see the word pause and my ears perk up. Also, Lore suffering from the same fate I was suffering from earlier. I swear I can type too today. Oh God. I don't blame you, Inkjet, but at the same time... At the same time...
If this was chaos, I might go off on that topic. Just
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Any topic is fair game and chaos. But
Yeah.
This is SCS.
Well, not any.
Okay,
Topic.
most topics are fair game and chaos.
99.8% of topics are okay during chaos.
SCS is serious business.
Oh no.
Oh, it's very serious
no.
business. As we have
Sandaris
Sandaris moving in a little too aggressively right here.
Yeah. I don't think he meant to find them, or he didn't know they were there technically.
This might also be a let's just move on to the next grand finals matchup play.
Possibly.
As yeah, this is
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
a let's move on to the next grand finals matchup play. Yeah, those
When you
Gatlings
gotta
are going to
go.
finish them off. It's going to be 5-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there's only 4 minutes left. I think they basically said, well, we had one game in our back pocket, so let's just move
Yeah.
on to the next one, shall we? As Triple L wins 5-0 in a clean
Yeah.
sweep.
Eesh.
Definitely a bit of a shocker here, but a shocker with some precedence to it, as that double flak judgment absolutely carrying the day here, folks. We'll be right back with more Sunday Community Skirmish action. The next matchup will be our final matchup of SCS. No matter what happens, the winner of that matchup will win the tournament. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be right back.